Hello everybody and welcome to my 100 subscriber special that may be a tad late. Honestly, I cannot thank you all enough. I never thought I'd even get 90, so to have hit 100 subscribers so quickly afterwards is just fantastic. For this special, I'm going to be reviewing every episode of Hansen vs Predator because I think it's going to be a great video and really fun. I'm going to try to lean away from simply explaining what happens on screen, as the show tends to follow the formula of intro, guy arrives, explain who the decoy is, show messages, decoy predator conversation, Chris enters, guy leaves or talks to Chris, predator is arrested, interrogation, sentencing, end of episode. By the way, I will be leaving timestamps for every predator in the description, so feel free to jump around and watch whichever predators you want to, although I would recommend just watching in order. Also, I won't be reviewing Vincent Ambrosio, just for the reason that we're looking at full episodes only. Let's go! Before we start, this video is being made as a 100, more like 350 now, subscriber special, and to do something special, I have decided to use this video to raise awareness and take part in Nottingham Forest's Hat-Trick for Hospitals campaign. So I will be using this video to raise money for Nottingham Hospitals charity and the Nottingham Forest Community Trust. Both of these amazing local charities make a huge difference to the Nottingham community, and I would really appreciate it if you could help me reach the target of £75. And just for the purposes of full disclosure, if we do reach that £75, I receive a shirt from Nottingham Forest, but that is not why I'm doing this. I'm doing it because it's Christmas. The first predator that we shall be discussing in this video is John Dupee, a package handler for UPS. So the episode starts with Chris explaining who Tetrad Core are and what they do. Then we see something so terrifying it will make you seek out Medusa herself.
John Dupee will find out that this hookup has no happy ending.
What is that? Ugh, it's hideous!
I know. It even looks like it was taken a full decade ago to try and make him look less disgusting, but you can only polish a turd so much.
Dupee contacts not one, but two of our decoys.
This is honestly disgusting. Contacting two decoys. Just try being
the one lady person.
Then they play his phone call to the decoy, and it makes you feel like it's the call you get in the ring just before you die.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, baby.
His fake names are also atrocious. Johnny Santoro sounds like a particularly shit porn star, and Johnny Connecticut is like saying, "Hi, I'm Peter Humptulips."
He worked as a package handler at UPS.
Nah, that's too easy.
He claims he's 30, but he's actually 40.
This explains why the photo looks like it was taken in the land before time. Also, why would you lie about your age? Name I understand, but age? It doesn't make it any less creepy. The police aren't going to say, "Ah, yes, I know you came here to molest this child as a 40-year-old man, but now that you say you are 30, here are some sex tips." So finally, John walks into the house on his phone, and this really pisses me off. Who are you texting? You have no one, you stanky man. That's why you're going round to a year 8's house at your big age. At least show your victim some respect, you nonce. Also, it's great to see the decoy put as much space as physically possible between her and Argus Filcher's noncy nephew. Her training has served her well.
It's nice to finally see you. This is crazy.
This decoy deserves every acting award under the sun to make it actually believable that she is happy to see this walking pile of human garbage.
So what do you want to do?
A hug?
My god, you can see the cartoon odor lines in real life. Bailey then decides she can have either her eyes or her nostrils assaulted, but not both, and the man himself, Chris Hansen, emerges from the curtain to shatter this prick's dreams.
Hey.
I love it when Chris flips Predator lines back onto them. It makes them look even more stupid for thinking that a child would be into their noncery.
What is your plan here tonight?
Just hang out, watch football?
Now I actually believe that this is his real reason. He looks exactly like every person I've ever seen in a Derby County shirt. Come to think of it though, they were nonces too. Oh, that kind of football. Yeah, I bet you are. I bet you don't even know who's playing.
And why would you at 30 think it would be okay to hang out with a 13-year-old girl home alone?
I mean,
Why are you flashing back with this true crime looking ass filter? It happened not even 2 minutes ago. I'm not that stupid, Crime Watch Daily.
I know, we just came to hang out. You know, I brought...
What, get a hug?
And watch football.
Watch football?
Yep.
Who's playing tonight?
Steelers and the Ravens.
Yeah, I bet you are. I bet you don't even know who's playing.
So maybe you do. By the way, I love how this is one of few times that you will ever see Chris outright stunned. So props to John Dupee. It's a +1 IQ from what I thought you were.
So what do you do at UPS?
I was a package handler.
Package handler.
No, still too easy.
And how many times have you done this with somebody who's 13, 14 years old?
Never.
Never talked to another girl who said she was 13?
No.
Well, who's Brittany?
Watching predators get backed into a corner and immediately outed by Chris is
the cleanest, best pleasure.
Did you bring condoms with
No.
you?
if someone, by some anti-miracle, let Dupee near an orifice of theirs, do you think this living drawing of a sex offender would bother with protection?
Our survey said...
Now, you talked about spending the night. Yes or no?
It depended, like, if she had to wake up in the morning, like, if I was going to stay here.
Did she have to go to school?
She said she didn't have to go to school today.
She's closer to nursery than employment. Why do you think justifying your actions is the correct course here?
You tell her, I would love to be the first guy to make you blank.
Funnily enough, she probably would have been the first person of the opposite sex that John had made blank, to be fair.
That I honestly made a mistake.
That you made a mistake.
Good news, everyone. We found the title of Dupee's parents' sex tape.
And how would you define that mistake?
About 6'1", 180 pounds, looks like a scraggly monster from a cheap horror film.
I'm not playing with her, but, it just seemed like where she was, like...
Probably the local playground, or middle school. But I think you should check the police station first.
You talk about salads.
Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling, toss salads and scrambled eggs. So then John goes into the garage and is arrested.
Any weapons?
Oh, I see one. He's about 6'1".
He's booked, fingerprinted, and poses for a mugshot.
So he pleaded guilty and got 8 years in prison, suspended after serving 3. They also mentioned that he was taunted mercilessly, proving absolutely no one likes a paedophile. John Dupee. The next predator that we are covering is 59-year-old Charles Lawrence.
But Charles Lawrence isn't looking to hook up with a 13-year-old girl. He's looking for a boy.
Ha! Gay!
Seriously though, why is this so needlessly over-dramatic?
And Tetrad Core.
That looks extremely uncomfortable.
Lawrence is well educated and apparently very well off. He lives in Fairfield, a jewel of Connecticut's Gold Coast.
It would be interesting to see somebody film a show like this in a shithole, somewhere like Derby, that kind of like run-down, terrible area that no one wants to live in, rather than the jewel of Connecticut's Gold Coast.
And get this, he lives only 2,000 feet away from our sting house, a quarter mile he probably wishes he never traveled.
Charles, I know that you're so old that you saw the pyramids under construction, but seriously, you wouldn't walk that distance, you lazy dipshit? Now they have the right to search your car, so actually, in a weird way, thank you, you dingus.
The conversation quickly becomes sexually charged.
I had sex with my ex-girlfriend, nothing with a guy.
Gotcha. But you like guys better now?
Never tried it, but being with my girlfriend was really awkward.
Maybe you need a good teacher.
Yeah, you know one?
I do. Walter Babst, James Rutherford, Stanley Kent. So then Charles comes to the house and is greeted by the decoy, and fun fact, this decoy did 2 tours of Afghanistan in 2002 before coming to work for this show, as a 13-year-old.
Want water? Yeah. How's your day been so far? Good.
Do you need some help, my guy? This sounds like a bomber plane rather than you just grabbing water from a fridge. Although I suppose you know about bomber planes from your time in the Bosnian War.
No, Chris.
And if he thinks he's in for a shock, so am I.
What are you doing here?
Chris is just acting like a teacher here, He's not mad, just disappointed and sad.
that this was a fellow I had met on the commuter train years ago.
Chris, please.
I know, but you have to explain this to me.
Chris has fully just binned the journalism now and the safety precautions here. He just wants to know why an acquaintance of his was trying to put his dick in a child. So the cops arrest and book him, they search his car and find something rather interesting.
Cops find cigarettes, condoms, and a gay porn video called Seattle Bareback Boys.
I have some research to do.
Wait, Chris Hansen is actually, I know him, he's a friend of mine.
Not anymore, bitch!
Okay, so you thought you were meeting an 18-year-old. My eye got scratched, so I can't wear my contacts, so I'm wearing these glasses. And I was downstairs having a cup of coffee, and my glasses were upstairs. And I'm looking. I thought he said 18. It says 13. I can't even read that.
Oh, well, that makes sense, you know. It's a great thing that as an accountant, you don't have to handle sensitive financial documents that require meticulous examination of numbers daily. Clearly, he's innocent. He pleaded guilty, kind of, to 3 charges and got 8 years suspended after serving just 2 and has to register as a sex offender for life.
Well, yeah, well, some would say it's not stiff enough, Chris.
Next up is 28-year-old military veteran Stephen Buchanan, who comes in the dead of night bringing gifts like his fucking gun. When you see everything he brought with him to meet a child, you will be shocked and in awe. So the episode starts with Chris giving a scaremongering introduction to scare the parents into doing their jobs.
Finding an underage child is as easy as tapping an app. These deviants troll sites like Whisper, Kick, and Grindr. And there are growing fears that even Pokemon Go could be used to lure children.
Really? What are they like? I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to my basement.
Doesn't take long for 27-year-old Stephen Buchanan to send a selfie.
Why have they set up a thermal camera? Is an AC-130 looking to take out the predators from above or something?
Our night vision cam shows Buchanan circling the block.
Boy, get your Bigfoot-looking ass inside the damn house.
I'm just really scared. Can you just, like, prove to me right now that you don't have a gun?
How exactly is he supposed to do that? Get naked and show you his cavities? His plan is to do that inside. He's not going to do that outside in the elements.
Like I said, I don't have nothing on me.
Yeah, I trust you.
Sir, I, a 13-year-old girl who frantically asked you if you had a gun, trust you, a balding 28-year-old who came over with the purpose of definitely committing statutory rape and possibly murdering me. Luckily for everyone, Stephen is the dumbest piece of trash alive and doesn't leave this obvious setup situation.
What if I took you to my empty parking lot and tell you to drive?
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Would you like that?
Would you like to go to my secret murder place? Would it help if I said that you could ride in the boot?
You're gonna put your trust in me?
So I can put my dick and a knife in you.
But as you're about to learn, Buchanan may have something more sinister in mind.
I will never understand why Crime Watch Daily decided to split one 15-minute episode into 3 parts and then upload them all on the same day. I mean, talk about stupid ideas.
Stephen, I'm going to need to talk to you for a minute. Please come in. Come on in, please.
Unbelievably, Buchanan comes inside to talk.
Chris is a bit like Arsenal, you know. When Chris tells the Predator to have a seat, it's a different type of instruction than other people's. So Chris got him to come inside and he's doing his usual routine that he does with the Predators.
What was on the agenda tonight?
I was just gonna take her out.
What do you mean by that? And what exactly were you going to show her?
The beach, sites to go to.
Does this remind anybody else of the shit excuses that the agents who poisoned Sergei Skripal in Salisbury used? Just like, oh yes, we came to see famous cathedral. It is 123 meters tall.
What happened was, when my cousin came,
Right.
she did the same thing. She got assaulted.
She got assaulted.
And I was in the army. And I don't like people doing that.
Yes, I'm sure this is the best way to honour what happened, you shitty wet wipe.
I'm telling you the truth, sir.
Telling the truth, the sexually charged chat proves he's lying.
They are some horribly composed texts. Ah, Maybe he thought it was legal because he types like a teenager.
I'm listening.
There's a horrible lapse in judgment.
Out of curiosity, was it severe and continuous?
I haven't been the same since when I deployed to Iraq.
Where were you in Iraq?
Camp Merez.
A little bit about the camp. It saw the worst attack on any US base in Iraq during the war in 2004. And I think Chris handles the rest of the interview very well here because he doesn't deny that PTSD happens, but he also doesn't let Stephen off the hook for his horrendous crime. So Stephen then gets his phone out and acts like his text to his child saying, "Let's not have sex," suddenly absolves him of everything. Chris calls him out.
It sounds like somebody who's trying to create some kind of a plausible excuse.
And Stephen is told that he can leave.
And I have your word on that.
I'll shake your hand.
All right, Stephen, you're free to go.
I love how Chris seems almost offended that this guy would try to touch him. It looks like a peasant who's just tried to shake a royal's hand, and then Chris goes and ruins it by actually shaking his hand.
Coming out, you come over.
Police department, or from police.
Guys, it's super obvious that you're the police. You are allowed to say other things. You don't have to keep repeating police, police, police. So then Stephen sobs in his car, and this is where the cops go and search his vehicle.
The cops search his trunk and make a shocking discovery.
.40 caliber Glock.
Along with the legally registered Glock semi-automatic, they find a knife, duct tape, a camera, and a pack of condoms. I first feared it was what cops commonly call a kill kit.
I swear to God, this man came prepared to solve a murder that he was gonna commit. Seriously though, why did he bring a camera? I love it when my serious crimes are easily documented to make my eventual prosecution even easier.
Gotta keep it together for me, okay? I want to be able to talk to you.
Jingle bells, Buchanan smells, he's sobbing all the way.
This time, instead of selfies, Buchanan is posing for a mugshot.
He looks a bit like the Hulk when he's in the middle of his transformation here. After the booking process, he sat down and made to talk to a detective, as you do, and something the detective says seems a bit off.
Going towards a younger person is because they don't have, the responsibilities of the older person or me. They have a lot of free time, so it's just like where I could be.
Why don't you have a seat right over here for me?
When you say sexual, just give me an idea of what some of those sexual things, what does that mean?
Oral sex.
Okay.
Penetration.
What kind of penetration?
Vaginal.
Do we really need a list? Like, is it absolutely necessary? He pled guilty to 3 charges, none related to the weapons in his car, and got 10 years suspended after 3 and has to register as a sex offender, so... not stiff enough.